Hi, my dear readers. This is Simona Rich. I'm recording this video on my mobile because my camera has some problems, so I can't record with it because it gets stuck. I really need to buy some new camera, but it has to be delayed because I'm traveling and I need a lot of money for that, and I'm saving for house extension, so this will have to be delayed. In this video, I would like to explain what I perceive to be New Age, because I do mention that I don't subscribe to New Age, but then the definitions of New Age are different for different people, and I realized that I actually did not tell you what my definition of New Age is. So you might have different definition, and then you don't know what I mean by New Age. So when I say that I don't subscribe to New Age things, it's those teachings that say that you can do anything you want, you do what you feel, you are guided always by angels and people who channel things. They are only channeling good entities, and I just don't believe this to be the case. And that's the problem with spiritual teachings. It's because anyone can claim anything, and so you never know what is true unless you verify with your own experiences. So so that's the reason I'm against New Age, and that's my definition of New Age, those kinds of teachings. But I do believe that, yes, of course, we live in a different time, and of course, another age will be different. Every age is different. People in Middle Ages were very different from who we are today. We are much more spiritually aware. And in the future, this also will be the case. People will be much more spiritually aware, and of course, astrologically speaking, things will greatly change when Pluto moves into Aquarius. Things will be very different. The systems, patriarchal systems, will start crumbling down. Of course, we will experience very different time than we are living in now. So yes, in that sense, I do believe that, of course, times are different. So you can say that even now we are living in New Age, and later we will live in New Age. But I'm against those teachings that masses run to, which teach that you can do anything, you can have everything. You should do what it feels like, because that's not spiritual progress. Spiritual progress is very difficult. You're growing through your sadness, through difficulties, through overcoming hardships. But these gurus teach that spiritual progress happens when you do what feels good, and it's just not true. That's the recipe for being stuck in life. Yes, spiritual growth is very difficult, and if people would really realize that, not many people would want to grow spiritually, because the way that New Age teachers teach that is that it's very easy to spiritually grow, you just follow your feelings. But actually, spiritual growth is very difficult. Even Eckhart Tolle, he broke through to that new awareness. Almost he wanted to take his own life. He was so sad, and then that breakthrough happened to him. So that's what spiritual growth is. You're growing through difficulties, and the more you grow, the more difficulties you will be given to overcome. And also, it's important to understand that if the world is full of sorrow, you cannot be always full of happiness, because you're connected with the world. So you will also feel the sorrow of this world, especially when you spiritually progress more and more. You understand that you are given this taste because you are part of this world, so that you are never out of touch with its problems, and that you become compassionate and help. So spirituality is difficult, but New Age teachers tend to commercialize this thing, make it easy, and make it trendy, and make it like they sell it to you by giving false claims. Like that after you awaken you have no problems. For example, you have the same problems when you awaken. You can have more problems because now you're more awake, you can handle more things. And since spiritual growth happens through overcoming difficulties, of course you will get difficulties. So that's why I'm against New Age, because it's so unregulated and anyone can claim anything they want. So, and about the channelings, those people, they don't know what they are channeling. That entity can tell they are Jesus or Archangel Michael, and people believe it. This is so crazy. Firstly, it's very important to become aware of that field rather than starting channeling anything through it. Be aware of that other dimension, get to know it. It's like a totally different city. And there are thieves, there are murderers, and there are good people. But you can never know what you're channeling if you get into it without any awareness of what that dimension is and so forth. So that's the reason I'm against New Age. They keep people stuck, although people following their feelings think that they are advancing highly. Because it's so unregulated. Anyone claims anything and people like to believe what feels good. So I hope that it explains better why I'm against New Age, but I'm not telling that we have not changed at all. Of course, times change all the time. So in that sense, yes, we are in New Age, but the type of teachers that are abundant these days teaching these spiritual things, it's very important to verify that with your own experience and not to just follow every teaching that feels good, that sounds good, but just to be very grounded in this area, in spirituality, because there are many people who claim anything that sells, and that's the reason that I'm against this trend. So I hope that clarified some things. Thank you for watching. Take care.